Greetings, I'm Murray, game designer and developer at Burst Creative Simulations. After many years pursuing this as a hobby, I developed an application called the Computer Aided Role-Playing System, or CARPS. This short video has been put together for the Tales from Elsewhere July 2025 Community Design Challenge, and we'll be looking at how CARPS handles the crafting of items. There's actually quite a lot to cover here, so I'll demonstrate the mechanics with a simple example. Here we have Tillman the blacksmith. He's going to use his blacksmithing skills to make a mace. While he's doing that, Evelina the herbalist will make a potion. We'll then enchant the mace so it deals lightning damage on each hit, and see the mace and potion in action. In CARPS, we use the repair action for repairing, restoring and crafting items. Crafting an item can be done simply by restoring the item from almost destroyed back to its original hit points. So if we select the mace again, you can see there's its original hit points. If I make that minus 40, then that is a broken mace and it's almost destroyed. At that point, you can't repair it, you can only restore it. And restoring from there back to full is essentially the same as crafting. The item repair action will tell you what the character needs to roll to be successful and how long the action will take. The mace's complexity is moderate. If you're crafting, then the repair should be difficult, and the tools are excellent since he's in his workshop. Instead of using the repair skill, he's going to use his craft blacksmith skill, as it is much better. And then of course we're restoring, not repairing. You can now see the difficulty rating, or DR, is 18, and his blacksmithing skill gives him 14, so he only needs to roll 4 or more on the dice to succeed. Note that CARPS is a 2d10 system, so rolling attack rolls, skill checks and so on are always 2 10-sided dice added together. So a roll can be anywhere from 2 to 20, and the average being 11. The action's DR varies with all of these settings. So it goes up with item complexity, if the repair is difficult, if there's little or no tools available, and if you're restoring rather than repairing. There's also the question of how long the crafting takes. This is shown at the bottom. Note that this time is continuous, so if you see it says 2 days, that actually means 48 hours. How many hours a character wants to spend crafting each day is ultimately up to the player and the GM to decide. Anyway, this is for a basic success. For every 4 points that you beat the DR by, the time is reduced. So if you beat it by 4, it's 2/3, beat it by 8, it's a half, and then 1/3, 1/4, and so on. So let's take that action now. As you can see, Tillman needs to make his skill check. To save time, CARPS always generates a default result when it asks for dice to be rolled. The players can still roll, of course, and the GM just plugs their result in. Let's say he rolls a 20, so everything is falling into place beautifully today. This beats the DR by 16, so it will only take a quarter of the time. From start to finish, you can therefore knock out this mace in about 12 hours. If he was to fail the check, the action will take 1/4 of the standard time, although never more than 8 hours. After which he'll realise he's not making any progress. At that point he'll have to wait until the next day before he can try again. So while he's doing that, Evelina can make a potion. We'll make that a healing potion. All potions are made by casting spells. There's a specific spell for each potion, each of these with different casting times and needing different material components. So to cast a spell, she just takes the cast action, and we choose healing potion. We don't need to mess with these options, and she's got the spell components, so she can start making the potion now. At the end of the casting time, the potion will have been created and will literally appear in her hand. They're both busy at this time. We'll run the encounter forwards. As you can see, Evelina has finished casting and the potion is in her hand. Note that the encounter always stops when a spell comes into effect. This is always 5 ticks before the caster is ready to take another action, and that's why it stopped there. If we select Tillman, we can run the encounter forwards again, and he'll finish the mace. Now, just to show it can be done, we'll enchant the mace. So you can see the mace has various properties, attack and defense, damage, that sort of thing. Now, to enchant an item, we need to create a spell. The easiest way to do that is without the caster being here. There is an option for that. And we want create magic item. And that brings up the magic item creation screen. And then we can choose which spells we want to imbue into the item. So we want enchant weapon +1. And then also energize weapon with lightning. And then create magic item. And that is done. So we can now see we have a enchanted mace. Note that the attack, defense and damage is all gone up, and it has a magic details tab which shows you exactly what's been imbued into it. Okay, so Tillman has picked up the mace, and to demonstrate it wouldn't be very nice to attack Evelina, so let's bring in a brigand. So a brigand charges in and tries to steal some armor, but Tillman has the mace in his hand and defends his shop with it. So he targets the brigand and makes an attack with the mace. We'll assume that he rolls high enough to hit. The brigand tries to defend, but not good enough, and Tillman rolls average damage, and of course 1d8 lightning damage. And we can see the brigand suffered 12 points of bludgeoning damage plus the lightning damage. And as it turns out, a facial injury. The brigand wasn't expecting a tough opponent and rather conveniently surrenders. Evelina takes pity on him and can give him the healing potion. So she's got it in her hand, she just has to get within reach. And she can use the healing potion and administer it to the target. If you didn't choose that, she'd drink it herself, but you can give it to someone else. He doesn't wish to avoid the spell, and it does 4d6 of healing. As you can see, he gets almost all of his hit points back. Done. So as you can see, CARPS allows making potions, crafting items, and enchanting those items with magic pretty quick and easy. I'm trying to keep this video short, so that's it for the moment. If you thought this was cool or interesting, please like and subscribe, it really does help. You can see more about CARPS on my YouTube channel and my website. And if you happen to have an Android device, please check out my free dice roller. Thanks.